And the Lord looked down upon Artifact drinking a sage tea and said that it was good. And then we proceed to the video. So, Slepty Derp, hope everyone's doing wonderful. Did you know that you can create a really nice and easy ride cymbal wash, bouncy ridey wash layer for your drums? Shout out to Princess Leia for the drums. Shout out to Jabba as well, Jabba and all the squad. And the one who brings the thermal detonator. She's cool. Actually, that's Leia, isn't it? It was Leia, isn't it? Anyway, she got captured then, didn't she? And she got all chained up, didn't she? Yeah. What we doing? Music. That's it, yeah. Ride cymbal layer. Shout out to DJ Ride. What we're going to do is we're going to create a cymbal layer to fit with these drums to create like a nice background texture that's lush and it's splashy, very washy, almost devoid of any rhythm, but with rhythm. Okay. I've got a kick and a snare loaded up here and a patch from my preset pack Rituals, which is still on sale this week. Special launch. This is the Boomerang preset. And what we're going to do is we're going to create a lovely ride layer for our drums. There's no hats in the drums yet, but skipping over them, maybe we'll do them another time. I want to show you how to make this washy, ride, splashy layer that I love to use in DnB. So firstly, to create it, we're basically going to put a ride on each of the kick hits directly on top. Now you can use any ride, you can use any cymbal in one shot if you want, but I thought I'd use a bit of a cheeky Logic drum synth because I haven't used it for ages and I quite like the simplicity of it. And so I've got a ride cymbal from here, so it's a synthetic ride, and it's got, you can sort of change the tone, the body, the dissonance, the decay. And what I've done to give it variation is I've automated all of those knobs that I just mentioned to slightly change around. All right, so you can see them moving here. So each ride hit has a bit of variation, but if you're using one shots, just put on like a tape plugin or like some chorus or flanger, do like lots of little changes and you'll have a similar effect, you know? But yeah, every ride sits on the kick, right? That's how we're starting off making the sample. Okay, but we're going to make it much nicer than that. So firstly, what I'm going to do is bounce out the ride. And then I'm going to bounce it out again, just because I like bouncing stuff because I'm a kangaroo. No, I don't need that one. All right, so I bounced out the ride here. Now we're going to give it 2 layers of resampling, all right? And the idea is we're going to really, really wash it out properly, though. Like if you guys have ever watched The Chosen, how Jesus makes his disciples wash their own clothes, like in the lake, and like they're just like, "Why are we doing this, Jesus? Like, isn't there more important stuff we can be doing?" And he's trying to teach them a lesson, but I don't know what that lesson was. But my washing machine actually doesn't work. But anyway, that's all beside the point. But we're going to wash out the ride really well, all right? Firstly, we're going to take off the transient, taking the transient shaper down to -100. So it gets really nice and soft. Okay, you can hear it with the kick and everything. Getting a bit softer, right? Then we're going to add some delay already, dual delay. To make it a really smooth wash, like a high quality wash, we need to use different amounts of detergent. No, we need to do it in stages. Like, so a bit of delay at this kind of speed here. Doesn't matter what speed exactly. Just adding piece by piece delay and reverb over time. So the next thing is a reverb. Nice long reverb from the Valhalla Supermassive, the forward reverb setting. Then again, taking off some of the attack, or all of the attack again. So still got this rhythm on it, you know, but it's nice and yeah, even more soft, even softer. Another delay, this time slightly different speed. Yeah, a bit of mix again, 11 or 10%. Creating more tails that blend in with each other again. Another reverb, this time a different preset. This is a splashy synth. I'm making a splashy sound, so I liked that. Now it's really becoming eternal, isn't it? And you've still got the rhythm. You can still hear the rhythm, but you've got now loads of tail. One more round of taking off the transient. It's even softer, but still you can still detect the rhythm on it. And then we're just going to turn that all down a little bit because it's got a bit loud with all of the extra delays and reverbs we've added. So nice and soft now and washed out. And we basically bounced that out now. And you can see the difference in the files, how it's become from very sort of rhythmical to very sustained almost, you know. Now it already sounds pretty good with the beat like this. But we can make it even better. And the main thing is we're going to sidechain it to the kick to put another kind of rhythm back into it almost, you know. But firstly, a touch more convolution, or I'd say more, haven't done any yet, touch more reverb. This time convolution reverb. The white blur 200, I think it's the 200 milliseconds. I can't even see that. Yeah, something like that. Kilohertz convolver, love that one. And just using it 15-20%. New reverb harmonics to soften it a little bit more. All right, we can start taking out a bit of low end, sculpting out some low end. Sort of around 800. It's just a high end layer that we're making here. Now we can do the compressor sidechain from the kick. All right, so kicks. Gone really, really heavy on it. And it just avoids clicking because the attack is just up a little bit from 0. It's up at 4 milliseconds. The threshold quite extreme, minus 34. The release quite quick. And so it really pings down and up and down quite dramatically, but not to the point of clicking. All right, so that already sounds good in the mix now. But to make it even more professional, where that compressor's created such a gap in the rhythm, I'm actually going to fill that gap out again a little bit with some extra delay. So I'm going to put a delay on after that compressor, around 22%, quite a fast one here. And now when that compressor dips the sound down, a little bit of delay can still be heard. So it's like you've got that effect, but you haven't completely got rid of the whole sound either. It's just the sound is different in that part. It's just the delay part then, but not the original signal. One more time with the transit shaper for fine tuning, a little bit of softening, and a touch of actually taking the tails down a tiny bit, really a small amount, and then another little round of EQing, similar kind of EQ as before, just to perfect it a bit. And now that's sitting perfectly in the mix there. It's got a really natural movement on that follows the kicks in a way, but it's like subtle. You're like, the rides were played at the same time as the kick, then they were super softened, and then they were also, then the whole thing was then sidechain to the kick, and then an extra splash of delay was added between the sidechain as well. So it has this like, yeah, really almost a bit of an unpredictable movement to it. Like it's sort of semi-unpredictable, but also rhythmically fitting the beat as well, if you know what I mean. So that is it. That is how I make my splashy ride layers for energy and depth in the drums and a nice, interesting movement to them, you know? So apply this in your own way, make your own version, put it in the background of your drum beat, and watch your world transform, is all I would say. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed that little tutorial today. Yeah, that's it from me today. May I remind you as well, if you guys want production lessons, you can book in via the links down below. Check out my preset packs as well for Serum and Faceplant and Vital. Rituals is my latest Serum preset pack, and it's on a launch sale for the rest of this week. If you need mixing and mastering work as well done, email me, info@arteffectmusic.com, link below. And come along and support me on Patreon if you like my content, if you feel like my content helps you out on YouTube and you just want to shoot me a peppermint tea or a pack of peppermint tea. Join Patreon and it'll help me to keep all the content coming for you guys. All right, that's it from me today. More from me very, very soon. Ciao for now. Much love.